Hello and welcome to ArtSwarm, episode 11 of series 2. ArtSwarm is an arts video program where people just make things, poems, bits of music around a certain theme and then send it in. So everything you're about to see is a premiere. It's something that someone's just made for the show. We've got 5 videos this week and a special guest, Mick Masser, joining us halfway through the program. We're going to begin with a piece by artist Alice Smith. It's a poem, and this week's theme is perfume, and perfume has a personal significance for Alice, as you will see.
Hi, I'm Alice Smith, and I want to read a poem about perfume, this week's theme. And I want to tell you a little bit about it first. In 2013, I was just out of a very abusive marriage, but still in the house. And I looked round and I realised that all my bedroom was absolutely covered in expensive perfumes that this husband had brought to me for every business trip. And they were literally lining my bed. And I managed to find it, and it's all scribbly because what happened was I had really bad PTSD, and all I could do was write. I couldn't really do anything else, and that's how I started writing. So writing is really good therapy, and I used to number them. So this was number 65. I used to do about 10 poems a day, and yeah, this is from 2013. So I wanted to read it sort of scratch. I can hardly read it, but that's kind of what PTSD does to you. And I just, every time I thought of something really horrible, it just went in here. So this is called Message in a Bottle. I gave you perfume to hide my tracks. You lined your bedroom with it, big bottles, like a force field protecting your body whilst you slept. Big bottles, small bottles, crooked lines of colour, purple, yellow and pink, a twisted rainbow arced over me, sparkling like promises in the frosty sunshine. An aspirational scent, the expensive gift of love, aspiring to be the one, the perfect gift, our future bottled. Oh, twisted like a warped message, up the walls, sprayed to cover your scent. But all the perfume in this room could not cover up your lies this time. You empty them out one by one. They trickle, oily and stinking, into the sink, like witches' vomit. Yes, I threw all that perfume away. You place the empty bottle back on the shelves to surround the bed with their misshapen teeth, now emptied of promises, trinkets of hate. Needless to say, I don't buy perfume anymore.
Next we have a poem from Andrew Williams about a substance which is rare and valuable and used by perfumers. That will be followed by a poem from me all about scent and memory.
The mighty ocean dwellers know nothing of the treasure they contain, a treasure sailors dream of finding. Foul-smelling, putrefying, many years at sea must pass before the prize is worth the taking. and all the ladies of the court know nothing of the secret of their fragrances, the delicate scents they wear.
Ambergris, 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 ambergris.
But now this treasure fades. The perfumes of today no longer use the fruits of bilious whales.
For me, scents evoke memories. I remember the smell of school floor wax, chalk dust, the tree at Christmas, street tar, Johnson's baby shampoo. This is the perfume of my past. Hello, and for today's big talk, I'm joined with local musician Mick Masser, who spent a lifetime performing and songwriting. Actually, you play all sorts of instruments as well.
Yeah, try to avoid instruments, actually.
Yeah, so you're more of a vocal
don't want them kind of hanging around and being in the way.
Cool.
But I use them.
Well, I encountered
as a means to an end.
Right.
You know.
Which is necessary, I
Absolutely.
suppose. Yeah, of course. Well, I encountered you doing something called the Video Theatre,
Yes.
which is a show of... Well, explain what it is.
Well, the origins of the Video Theatre are that I found myself in a position where I was unable, due to bringing up two boys on my own, albeit week on, week off. But nonetheless, that the week off gave me the opportunity to consider how on earth I was ever going to fulfil my desire to continue performing. And performing in terms of it having always been a conversation, which goes back to what I said before, about not wanting instruments in the way, so I can
dialogue straight with the audience. Really, it's basically a show of live projection, and you've got several projectors, and you've also got a backing track, and you sing over the top.
The whole idea was really not just about how I might continue to play live, but also how I protect the development of it, so no one can leave because they've decided that they'd rather be doing something else, just as you start to get something that's really starting to flower.
It's hard to find commitment,
which is what happens to bands all the time. They get tight, and then all of a sudden somebody leaves, and it's the whole dynamic has changed.
So you've been in bands for most of your life,
I've never been, only for very, very short periods have I not been working with a musician of some kind, you know. But as I say, you know, people leaving, people not committed for some really annoying reasons at times, you know, and all of that. So there I was, found myself with no band, having to do these children, and I got having to do these children. I love my children. So I thought, how can I do it? So at first I just sat with a laptop on my sofa. I live on a narrowboat, by the way, and just basically pick myself up emotionally, personally and creatively by going through all my old files and creating collage.
Yeah, it's like a light and sound collage show.
Because I never wanted it to be a simulation.
Yeah,
I wanted it to be kind of existential. It is what it is.
Your music is all about engaging with the audience as well, and giving a certain atmosphere.
The performance side of it is.
Yes,
the music. Again, for example, I didn't want to simulate a drum kit.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be on a stage performing and expecting an audience to not believe that it's a drum kit, but I just wanted it to be, this is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a laptop driven studio mix.
Yeah.
But I also didn't want it to be something like a flat recording that I'd ordered off the internet to sing to, even though I'm an original artist.
It's really difficult to get that live feeling
in a wider sense. So I used my experience of what a band sounds like in a room. So all the mixes that come through the PA are dry as a bone. So that, for example, any snares that I use, which I don't, and I'll get to that, there's only one track with a snare on it. And that is bone dry, so that if I play in a church hall, the PA has to deal with the echo of a church hall. Yeah. But if I play in a soft furnished room, it's lovely and warm and dry, like a band sounds in a pub.
So it has a live
feeling.
So
the conventional aspects, So it has when I'm performing within it, it does actually feel that you can put your hand through the different areas because it's dry and it's all around you.
So what's coming up next in your career? You're doing a lot of songwriting at the moment, aren't
you?
Well,
I'm doing a lot of travelling actually, and doing the songwriting camps and things like that, and I'm writing with some amazing people, but I'm enjoying the dynamic of my life as well, because there's some great musicians in and around the Crewe area, and the other night I did 20 minutes as a guest for a band, and because there's no pressure on me because I wasn't doing the full show, I can just plug my laptop in and sing to those tracks. And had I gone down like a lead balloon, I would have just gone and got me a bottle of beer and said to my friends, oh, that didn't go too well, did it? But because I'm kind of so relaxed about it in that way, it actually went brilliantly.
It's a really unusual show you've got, and that's what makes it, that's the key thing about it. What makes it, you can tell you've put in lots of work into
but I've never set out in any contrived way to make it unusual. I set out, it's a very practical way to keep me playing, and at first I kind of approached it myself as if it was some kind of prototype. But it's actually become what it is now, and people like it.
New. And people can see images of it on the internet. You've got a YouTube channel.
I've got Mick Masser's Video Theatre is the page really where I do my stuff. But I'm not the most technical person in the world, so I rely on my son to manage the page and things like that. While I get on with just watching telly and listening to Talk Sport.
But people can find bits of your music and images. Oh, brilliant! Well, thanks for talking to me
you're welcome.
This week, and you can look up more about.
Never enough time when my jaw's going up and down.
We can testify to that.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Mick. The next piece is of mine. I wrote a poem entitled Take This Rose, and it acquired a sort of gothic feeling. I think it was inspired a bit in my memory by a song called Where the Wild Roses Grow by Nick Cave and Kylie Minogue. So I decided to add some music to the poem, and then it just grew from there. So here it is.
Take this rose to your bed.
And finally, a wonderful piece of fun from Andrew Williams. This includes Clive and Annie, some Lego stars of his previous ArtSwarm films. This is a mock Perfume advertisement called Essaim d'Art.
Isom diar, Perfume, Porom, Poplastique.
And that's it for this episode. Thank you to Mick and thank you to my guests. And thank you to everybody who sent things in for Perfume this week. I'm Mark Sheeky and you can check out the programme and keep track of it at ArtSwarm TV on Twitter. That's probably the best way to do it at the moment. There's also a Facebook page, although I update that less often. Well, next week's episode is Frankenstein, so I hope you can join me for that. Thank you.